And we are back with more 843 TV. Joining us, we have Jeff Kruse. Now, you are part of the TCL Culinary Advisory Board. Before we get into more information about the Culinary Institute, tell us a little bit about yourself, but also, I'm sure with your position, you can share some information on how you got from conception to reality. I'm sure there were a lot of people involved with that.
Absolutely. This has been a process that started back in the mid-1990s, really. And
wow.
I came to Hilton Head in 1982 and have been in senior food and beverage management ever since. And back in the mid-1990s, we first began to identify the need for a culinary school. And it's been a long path. And it started way back with some industry leaders here on the island, John Curry, Angus Cotton, who this building happens to be named after, that were both influential in planting the seed to get this culinary school built. Now, it has been a long, long road to get here. Everybody, I think, identified the need. We all know the critical need for culinary staffing in Beaufort County. And this is something that the Technical College is uniquely qualified to provide this type of education. Funding was always the critical problem. We needed to find a way to build a school that would serve the needs or begin to service the needs of Beaufort County and Colleton County and Hampton County and Jasper County, because those are the four counties that the Technical College of the Lowcountry serves. We looked at a number of different options, but this really all came to a head, I believe, when Dr. Goth and Mary Lee Carnes, Dr. Goth is the president of Technical College, and Mary Lee Carnes is the vice president. They really put a stake in the ground and really began to work very hard at finding the funding necessary to build this school. And it has been through the combined efforts of Beaufort County Council, the school board, and the town of Bluffton that this has all come together over the last 2 years, and it's now a reality with the funding in place.
Let's talk real quick so there's not confusion. We've got USCB doing a hospitality branch on the island. This is different. Share a little bit about the distinction or maybe how you do interact.
Well, there's always been a complementing of the educational programs at TCL and USCB. TCL is a 2-year college. And USCB is a 4 full-year college, and you can transfer after 2 years at TCL and go and continue to get a 4-year degree. The USCB Pro is more front of the house focused. In the food and beverage industry, you have front of the house, which is the people that compose the front part of the management team, and you have the back of the house, which is primarily your culinary team. This program will be more focused on providing the back of the house training that is required to be successful in the culinary industry.
Very clearly understood now. Very great. What kind of programs then would someone be able to take in the Culinary Institute?
There's going to be a wide range of programs that will serve our community best, and that is one of the purposes of TCL, to serve the needs of the community and to actually educate people on things or what is needed to go out and be a productive part of the workplace. It's still in development. We are certainly going to use the example of the culinary schools at Charleston and in Myrtle Beach. They have very, very strong culinary schools. So within the next 6 months, but they will primarily be based on teaching people the discipline and the passion that it requires to be a successful culinarian. And then what they do with that is really up to them.
Got it.
So how did we end up at Buckwalter with this?
Very, very good.
Isn't it the hot spot?
Very, very, very good question. That has been part of a 2-year due diligence process, and it really came down to what was going to serve the students best. I mean, that's really what it came down to. For the longest time, Hilton Head has sort of been the epicenter of all the things culinary in Beaufort County. But as I said earlier, this school services 4 counties, and when we looked at it from what was going to attract the most students, because we are in the business of attracting students to take this, we are building out to 300 students that will be there. The Buckwalter track, with the cooperation of Bluffton, was a financial, operational, and marketing success. That was the place, when everything came together, all made sense to place it there.
Yeah, there's definitely more restaurants opening in Bluffton than anywhere else in the
And
area
just from
right
a
now.
transportation point of view, in a technical college, you want to place the school, much like this one is placed, in the center of the area that it services. And that is indeed the Buckwalter track.
So, I'm sorry.
Just a great logistically placed location to access from those counties that you mentioned.
Yeah, it is very central. That's great.
Correct.
Now, I have to say, I've been by Buckwalter Place not too long ago, and I didn't see any institute being built. And, you know, I'm one of those immediate gratification kind of people. I mean,
Right.
what is the timeline and what are the next steps?
Well, the final reading from Beaufort County Council to give us the funding, the $11.3 million required for the capital building of the school. There's still other funding that we have to get from the public. That was, the final reading was on January the 8th. That gave us the ability to go forth and begin the funding process with the state of South Carolina to hire an architect of record. And that is going to be a 6 to 8 month process. So the school actually won't start going under actual construction until the early part of 2019. And that's an approximately a 1 year process. So the next 2 years, we've waited over 20 years to have this built. So to think that it's only going to be 20 months now before it's actually up and constructed and accepting students, we are getting close to the finish line.
Wow. Well, things are certainly continuing to boom in southern Beaufort County, and this is another example. Very exciting to hear all of these things. Thank you both for telling us some details today. We look forward to hearing more and seeing this project unfold. And thank you all for watching this episode of 843 TV,
Where communities come to speak.